Good morning. It's Monday, y'all. How are we doing? I see we don't have a lag on YouTube today. That's good. I can see it's about 5 to 7 seconds, which is about normal. That's good. We can handle that. How did everybody's weekend go? We had some good baseball over the weekend. I'm not gonna lie. This Mariners. Oh my God, I can't even think of who the Mariners are playing. The Mariners series. This is how serious it's gotten. Who the hell are the Mariners playing? How have I forgotten since last night already? Who they're playing? That's bad. I worry for me. The Tigers. Oh my God, it was Scuba last night too. It's not a good sign. That was a couple of really good games. Mariners need somebody other than Raleigh and J-Rod to do something. I mean, I guess Polanco did last night, but that was the only thing he's done all year. I have not watched any of the Dodgers-Phillies series, which I'm kind of kicking myself for because of that Ohtani start. My God, that guy is just... When you see what he does, it is just... You feel like you're watching something special. Like, we've seen special baseball players before, but like literally that is something very special. Let's see what else. Baseball wise. Just making sure. Yeah, we got that. I mean, the Yankees, who cares? I'm glad. I'm all for the Blue Jays here, man. I would love to see the Blue Jays maybe go to the World Series. It wouldn't kill me. And then what's the other National League game? The Cubs and the Brewers. Go Brew Crew. I don't know. Don't care that much. All right. Hockey's starting this week. That's something that's exciting for me. But beyond that, let's just do our usual baseball stuff, eh? What do you say? What do you say we kick it off with our usual starting nine? Where'd it go? Starting nine. Bueller. We'll go to Barbaro first. There we go. It's like it needed just to be shook. Just shaking a little bit. Look at that. I centered the streak numbers again. I did stuff. I got new reactions, and I've figured out how to randomize them, which was really easy. I was trying to do it the hard way. Not great. Super lucky on game one, hit a home run on a guess. Well, we've done that before. That is that's when I say better to be lucky than good. Let's see, 9-0 last week. I'm pretty proud of that. 16-game hitting streak. Overall, our mark is 238 wins and 44 losses. I'll take it. All right, let's get into it. See what kind of trouble we can get into today. All right, let's go catchers. We got Nixon and Batty. Don't know. I don't think that's Brett Baty. I don't think that's him. Third baseman. Nixon, Donnell and Otis. I don't think that's them. I don't think that's Cynthia Nixon either. Yeah, no, obviously no clue. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to take a guess. See if we can hit a home run too. We are going to guess House of David. No, we're not going to guess House of David. Let's see what's going on this week that might be historical that we want to hone in on. Russ Nixon. Russ Nixon wasn't a catcher though, was he? But if we're just naming Nixons, yes, which is what I was doing. Hi, sweetie. We just started. You gotta wait. Buddy. Let's see. I didn't look at my history for the week of baseball to figure out if there was any special games I need to be aware of this week. So let's go Nixon and Beatty. Let's just go for some years. Well, let's go with the Phils. Why not? Nope. We were not that. Like Earl Beatty, I do not know who that is. So that would be no help. All right, pitchers, we've got Muffet and Ramos. These aren't a big help either. I brought that up one time. We had some congressional names and I was looking for I used to watch that. I don't know. I don't know where I would see it, but somebody would always show that and I would watch that. Now I don't even think they could play each other. I don't think they could deal with it. They do it at Nats Park and really weird. Muffet. I think I said Moffett. That's Muffet and Ramos. Tad Ramos. Pedro Ramos. That still doesn't help. Although that name kind of sounds familiar, but Pedro Ramos. I don't know. Good luck with that one. Let's see. Should we do the Senators? I mean, that would kind of fit. We could do the Sens. Or I don't know. We're going to have to just go with years here. You think you know the home team. I think I don't. I don't think I know the home team. I don't think I know either team here. What if we just go with the Twins? Let's do it. Okay, well, see, I've done my part. I got the away team. We were talking congressional. So I went with the Sens. I've done my part. If you know the home team, this is on you. But this gives us a time frame, right? Time frame in a league. All right. Let's go. Should we go up the middle as usual? I think we will. Let's go up the middle. Well, now I definitely know who this is. That's not fair. And this doesn't, although we had a Budden, we've had him before. Again, that doesn't help me at all now. Budden and Muffet. So the Sens were in the American League though, right? So we know we're in the American League, and correct me if I'm wrong. Well, this is I chose the Twins, and then we've got Versailles here, who I think this is the guy that won the MVP, right? So this is they're in the American League here. I'm pretty sure. I'm looking for you guys to tell me if I'm right or wrong on that, because I'm gonna guess American League teams. Muffet Budden. Oh, when I was watching, I think it was in the first round against the Guards. There was a Charlie Gehringer mention and graphic. I was so excited. They didn't call him the Mechanical Man, and clearly they didn't know much about him because they just mentioned his name and nothing else. But I was excited. I mean, we could always go A's. That's always a possibility. We could go Browns. Maybe Browns. Or I don't know. I don't know. AL team. See, I'm on it, and I know about this guy. I know what's going on. All right, let's go. I don't know. My energy is. I'm trying to keep my energy up today. I'm in a good mood today, and for some reason, my energy is not up there. Browns moved to Baltimore. So, okay. This is what we'll do then. We're going to choose Baltimore because that will encompass them. All right. Let's do it. Nope. Wrong. All right. Let's go. Center? Tasby. That is a name I've never heard before. Those letters I've never seen positioned like that before in my life. How's about Tasby, Nixon, Budden? I feel this hitting streak slipping through my fingers. Let's go. I mean, there's only so many teams at that point. Do we go Yankees? Maybe. Budden and Muffet. I just feel like I've heard these names before. Except for Tasby. Which we'll get to the game, and Tasby's link will be purple because I've looked at him before. All right, let's go Yankees. I don't know. All right, last one. This is it. 16-game hitting streak. Should we do something crazy and go corners somewhere? Infield, outfield, corners? Let's do first base. We never do first base. Let's do first base. Dick Wirtz, is that? Or not Dick, Vic. Vic Wirtz? Oh, Killebrew. Listen, we already got it, okay? We're good with this team. I believe that's Vic Wirtz. Am I going to be able to remember who Vic Wirtz played for? Yeah, Vic Wirtz. Trying to remember a baseball card of Vic Wirtz and what logo he's wearing. Let's see. Let's just name the American League teams at that point that we haven't yet named. You got the Red Sox. We've got the White Sox. We've got the A's. And how many other teams were there at this point? The Tigers. I don't think the Angels were around yet. No Mariners yet. No Rangers. Well, no, the Rangers were one of the Senators at that point. There's 4 teams though. Don't do that. When you put that pressure on me, I don't know these things. I can't remember these things. Vic Wertz. I know. I was just naming them off, and none of them are striking me as Vic Wertz' team. I don't think Vic Wertz was a Red Sox. Possibly a Tiger is what I'm going. I don't think 54. It's got to be Cleveland, isn't it? I think it's Cleveland. Is this Cleveland? I think it's Cleveland. Vic Wertz. That might be Cleveland. It's not. All right, we're doing it. We're going Cleveland. We're going with the Cleveland franchise. I am open to humiliation now.
Sit down, Charlie.
No. That's a killer. That's a killer. There goes the hitting streak. Down the tubes. September 17th, 1960, it was the Red Sox. Ted Williams' 2-run home run beat solo shot by Jim Lemon. Prolific author Bill Nolan. Maybe I need to know who wrote the piece first. That will tell me a lot of times. Let's see, 1960. This is a 2-1. This game, if you were late, you missed this game. This was, I can't go under 2 hours, but I'm going to say 2 hours and 6 minutes. Okay, that's a good piece there. See, Wertz hit the ball that Mays made the catch on. Okay. But we had that last week, though. That was one of the games last week, and I was prepped for it. So I knew that wasn't going to be it. I didn't see him I didn't see Vic Wertz as a Red Sox. That's my problem. No misleading at all. When in doubt in the AL, guess Boston, because Bill's written 1,000 pieces. That's a good piece of strategy right there. That's very good to know. All right, 206 is what I'm saying. See, I can't go under 2 hours ever. I just can't. This logo is good right there. I am enjoying that logo right there. I like the duster especially. Let's see. Was there anybody? Well, if we would have chosen left field, but you're not choosing left field expecting Ted Williams to show up. There's Russ Nixon. There's Don Budden, William Tasby, Pete Runnels. I know the name, but I wasn't gonna come up with Boston. No, wasn't gonna come up with Boston there. Vic Wertz, Detroit, St. Louis, Cleveland, Baltimore, Boston, Detroit again, Minnesota. I mean, he played all over. Vic Wertz. All right. Well, that's not a strong start. Not a strong start. All right. Next one. Schroeder and Rayford. All right. That's not a easy start for me there either. Schroeder and Rayford. I don't know here. Schroeder, he was the blanket guy in Peanuts, right? That plays the piano. How come he got so many defining characteristics? He plays the piano and he carries the blanket around. That seems like a lot of stuff for one character. Very deep character study. Floyd Rayford and Bill. I don't know. Big. What were there? Nobody there. 5,200. Floyd Rayford. I don't know. For some reason, whenever these two names are both screaming Expos to me. We're gonna have to just throw out a team here. Probably let's just go for years. Oh wait, who was that? That was the Red Sox. Gotta write that down. You know the catchers from baseball cards. Well, see, that's how I work. I don't know these two. Let's go with the Giants. Just throwing years out there. All right, let's go pitchers. Ooh, okay. Well, now we know. And knowing is half the battle. All right, so this is a bit more modern. I was thinking this was older. This is probably mid to late 80s. This is right in my wheelhouse, actually. This is probably the Orioles, and this is probably the Brewers. Just based on Rayford. Now I remember he was a catcher for the Orioles. Mike Flanagan was a pitcher for the Orioles. Juan Nieves, I know from the Brewers when they were in the American League. So this might be Juan Nieves' no-hitter. So I'm going to go with Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for, I forget what it's for, but hey-oh!
Hi, my name's Alfred D'Elia. At home they call me Big Al, and I hit dingers.
You certainly do, Big Al. So those catchers I had no idea with those catchers. Even though the names are somewhat familiar, I wouldn't have put them together. That pitchers really gave it away. All right. 1987, Milwaukee's Juan Nieves throws no-hitter against Orioles by John Burbridge. 7-0 game, 1987. This is going to probably be pretty quick for the day. It's going to be 2 hours and 34 minutes. 234. I am so good at this. You got it from the pitcher. So I'm assuming you go pitcher first. Which, to be honest, I would have got a home run on this if we had to do pitchers first. Because the Nieves and Flanagan gave me the time frame, and then Nieves I knew threw a no-hitter, so I figured that's what it was. Let's see here. Who else on Milwaukee? Oh, I mean, look at this. You got Molly, you got Yunt, you got Glenn Bragg, Cecil, Daryl Swaim, Greg Brock, who it's either the Brewers or the Dodgers. We got Wimpy, Tom, or Jim. Oh, no, that's Jim. That's Tom's brother. Bill Schroeder and Jim Gantner. Schroeder, nicknamed Rock. Tim Raines is like, sir? Excuse me, sir? Wow, 87, he had a great year as a backup catcher. Where's he from? Maryland. All right. Well, I'll take it. I'll take it. We're not going to go perfect, but we're trying for an 8-1 this week. All right. Let's see. Next game. Next game. All right. Let's go, catcher. Here we go. O'Neill and Dewan. Dewan. That's a lot of vowels for one last name. The good land. Thank you, Brian Algonquin, for the good land. You should go third base first, but use third base. Yeah. Interesting. Third base. Everybody's got their own strategery for this game. Is this Tip O'Neill? It's certainly not Paul O'Neill. I can guarantee you this is not Paul O'Neill. I don't know if Tip O'Neill was a catcher, though. Famous Canadian. I mean, he was the first Canadian. Nice hat. I'm celebrating like most of the Mets staff being let go. I would have liked Eric Chavez to stay. And I'm disappointed that Mendy's still around. But I decided I only have A's hats. Well, I've got B's hats, and I've got a Cubs hat because that's the team that's my team that I play for, and I have to have that hat. I don't wear it anywhere though. The B's hats won the Pioneer League. Way to go! Oh, I've got Bees. I've got Oakland Bees like ballers, and then I've got I've got a bunch of Salt Lake Bees hats, and the Coliseum hat. I got a lot of hats. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I needed to get a Mets hat. O'Neill. I think this is probably Tip O'Neill. I just don't know who Tip O'Neill played for. But he played way back in the day, so that I think gives me a time frame. I was going to say Red Sox, but we've already had the Red Sox. But that doesn't mean that maybe we need the home team then. Tip O'Neill. Who did Tip O'Neill play for? I don't think it was the Yankees. I don't think it was Cleveland. I don't think it was Detroit. I don't think it was the Dodgers. The Phils, the A's. It wasn't the A's. I don't think it was a World Baseball Classic team. I could be wrong. Maybe the White Sox or the Cubs. Let's do the Cubbies. Tip O'Neill. Another congressional game, right? Hey-oh!
Let the big dog eat.
I am happy with that. Now, I need to make sure it was Tip O'Neill, because if it's just another catcher named O'Neill, then this goes by the wayside. But I think I was right. All right, 1905, rookie Ed Rulebach outlasts Tully Sparks as Cubs beat Phils in 20 innings. Key, 20 innings. All right, 1905, a 20-inning game is barely getting to be 2 hours. No, it was a little bit longer than that. Thomas E. Merrick, thank you for your service. Write down Cubs. All right, this game was... this was a long game. The people working this game were complaining about the length, 20 innings. They had to stay for a whole 2 hours and 38 minutes. 238. Wow, 4 hours. You be here 4 hours. You go home now. 4 hours. Wow. 54-57. Wasn't that like the total 54? I think a lot of games, just 5,400 in attendance. All right. Well, I'd rather have the home run than the time there. Hold on a second. For the Cubs, it was Jack. I get no credit for it. That was just luck. Jack O'Neill, not Tip. We're going to have to look up Tip. Brother. Oh, look at the fighting O'Neills from Ireland, from Galway. They were born from a Galway girl. Jim, Mike, Steve. Jack is the only one with an Irish first name. Is Jack Irish? I don't know. But O'Neill, I'm disappointed. They're from Scranton. Well, he's buried. Oh, he took up residence in Scranton. Well, better to be lucky than good. One career home run. He's a catcher. Not a particularly great one. All right, we need to look up Tip O'Neill. Triple Crown winner, 1886 World Series, and 2 batting titles. Look at that year for St. Louis. 6.9 WAR. Black ink across the board. Like literally just across the board. Had 30 stolen bases. Got on base, a 490 on base. Wow. The Woodstock Wonder from Woodstock, Ontario, died at age 55. Tip O'Neill. A tip of the hat to you. All right. Paul, thank you for putting us here. Love the game. We're 2-1. We'll continue on Wednesday. Pick that bad boy up. See if we can go 8-1. We're gonna have to run the table. All right. Let's move on to our daily walk-off. See what we got here. 2017. Oh, watch this. There. Made it easy. I made it easy now. I did some work over the weekend. 2017 hits, played catcher, switch hitter, and debuted with the Tigers. We're going to put Brandon Inge there. Switch hitter, Jed Lowry. I think John Jaso was a catcher. I want to say he switch hit, but I don't remember. All right, those are all catchers. I think Coco was a switch hitter. Swish. Was Swish a switch hitter? He must have been. Probably no. KD stays there. Although that might be the case. Lowry was definitely a switch hitter. Because he instead of having 2 helmets, he wore the double ear flaps. I don't know. 2017, was Matt Joyce on the team? He must have been. Remember John Jaso had dreads as a white guy. He swish hit. I got you. I need a rim shot. Do I need a rim shot? I'll add that. That seems like a good ad. That seems like a good ad. Inge Rodney, I know, played for Detroit. I'm assuming they came up with them. Scott Sizemore, I'm not sure about. He could have been a switch hitter. I don't know who Billy Burns. I think Burns came up with the A's. Coco, I think, came up with Cleveland. Swish came up with the A's. I I just don't know that Matt Joyce would have that many hits. You think I'm 4 for 4 here. All right, well, let's send it then. Now, was I going to make a move? I think I probably would have just sent this like we did. But I'll take it. All right, let's do the grid. Oh, hell. Oh, wow. We got Ricky squares. We got the Blue Jays. We got the Dodgers. We got a throw no-hitter. Oh, we got a Stu square. Oh, we got a couple of... we got a Stu bingo. We got the Astros, A's, and a 6+ WAR season. All right, now... we have got 2 Ricky squares and 3 Stu squares. Possibly 4. Stu might have had a 6+ WAR season. He had to have. In 1990, he had to have had a 6 WAR season. Or is it going to be like a 5.9? I bet you Stu is number 1 here. I'm going to put Ricky. Ricky's center square seems to be his place. I like to put him in the center. What? Are you freaking kidding me? What the hell, people? That is just not right. That is way too high. Way too high. Way too high. Wow. Okay. We'll put Stu here. That's pretty high as well. Here we're gonna just to piss off Astro fans, we're gonna put Mike Fiers with his normal beard, not his cattail beard. We got a bingo. Bingo. That is so high. So high. All right. Through a no-hitter for the Astros. I mean, obviously Nolan Ryan is going to be number 1. I think what we're going to... Let's put Sandy here, though. Sandy. No hitter for the Astros. So who else has thrown a no? Mike Scott did, right? In the final, not the final, but Mike Scott threw a no hitter for the Astros, didn't he? I think Framber Valdez has. We could put Zach Greinke here. I don't know who else. Ricky was number 1 on both those squares. Oh, well, I mean, it's good to see. But he played so few games for LA. There's so many. Look, what about Mike Davis? Or Dusty Baker? Don Wilson. I don't know who Don Wilson is. Definitely. Okay, we'll go with Mike Scott. I say wearing a Mets hat. Okay. I mean, so many. I put him here because I had so many other people that I would have put here. Josh Reddick, like just people that Rick Honeycutt. There's so many people here. And Ricky played so few games for them. But hey, listen, I can't be mad about Ricky. All right. We'll do the WAR last because that's going to be least fun for me. So we got Houston and the Blue Jays and Houston and the Dodgers. is one of the few active players to die during his career. Okay. Don Wilson. I'll have to look it up. I was looking at something over the weekend about players that died while playing. Don't remember why it came up. Just I think it was an article I read, and then I had to find out who they did. I don't remember that name though. Don Wilson. Like Don, I know Don the Dragon Wilson, but that's definitely not him. All right, so we got Houston. Let's think of some guys, shall we? Larry Anderson. Houston. So we've got Ed Toppensee. I don't know that he played for these other teams. I just like to mention Ed Toppensee. We got Terry Poole. I don't know if he played for the Dodgers or not. Chris Carter. I don't think he played for either of those teams. Going around the horn, Rafael Ramirez. Miguel Tejada. He played there. Well, we could use Josh Reddick here. Let's use red. That's actually a pretty high number. Is that his Spider-Man costume he's wearing underneath? That could be. Very well could be a Spider-Man costume. All right, and the Blue Jays and the Astros. Oh, well, Clemens would fit there, wouldn't he? He's kind of on the dental list, though. Don't read on the Don Wilson. Well, that's okay. Yikes. John Mabry. That's a great one. I couldn't have told you John Mabry was on either of those teams. Kenny Lofton, Glenn Allen Hill, Bill Dorn, Luis Gonzalez, Ken Caminiti, obviously Nolan Ryan, Jimmy Wynn, maybe we need to name name Blue Jays. Let's see. We got McGriff. We've got Pat Borders. We got Ed Sprague. We got what's his name? Third baseman that has an autobiography. I am going to go see. I need to go see a neurologist because this is starting to frustrate me a lot. And I read an article about having COVID a certain number of times is not equal, but people have early onset dementia who've had COVID a couple of times. And I already have that in the history of my family. So, Kelly Gruber, that's who Hans. Let's see. Mookie. We had Joe Carter, Dave Winfield, Rusty Staub. I don't think he played for Toronto. He played for Montreal. Bob Watson. We got, I'm naming a lot of people here. John Olerud. Todd Stottlemyre. Tom Hankey, Dave Steeb, Jimmy Key. I don't think any of these guys played for the Astros, though, at any point. Jeff Kent, did he play for? I don't remember him playing for Toronto. Probably at the end of his career, right when he was still a good player, but nobody wanted him in their clubhouse. Derek Bell. How about Derek Bell? Yes, Derek Bell. But never played for them. Ah, okay. I think Derek Bell, I know he played for both these teams because I remember Joe Carter played a prank on him in Toronto where they pretended to give away his new Chevy Blazer that he had just gotten and got all customized and drove it around the outfield during the game. And then he was a killer bee at one point. We're going Derek Bell. Now, how do I spell Derek? Is this him? 91 through 2001. That seems George Bell. He didn't play. I don't think he played for Houston. Started with Toronto. I didn't know that. It's definitely not Cool Papa. All right, I think that's got to be it. This has got to be the Derek Bell. Bam! Oh, he's even in an Astros hat. I'm happy that. Derek Bell would work Operation Shutdown. Google that. I'm going to Google that on another screen. Operation Shutdown. All I'm seeing, I guess that maybe I need to put Derek Bell's name in there as well. Because all I'm getting is government shutdown. Bell puts, Derek Bell doesn't believe he should have to compete for a starting job. He declared he would implement if the Pirates made him compete for a starting job. Certainly he was not in competition and wouldn't play in spring training to prove himself. The declaration was a career-ending move. That seems like some BP fodder. I don't know why. That does not. I don't know that I've known that before. Thank you. I'm gonna that'll be on the next one. Which, just trying to work out times for our guest being a national writer for a major publication during the playoffs. They've got things to do. But they're also a big Seinfeld fan, and it's our 300th episode, so we're working around it. All right, let's do 6+ WAR season for the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. All right, for the Blue Jays, we could do George Bell, who we just brought up. Fred McGriff, probably. I don't know if Olerud ever had a 6-WAR season. Dave Steeb probably had a 6-WAR season. We're not going to do Roberto Alomar, of course. Josh Donaldson. I think we're going to do that. We're going to do JD just because we're going with the A's. Well, we're not, but... And Josh Donaldson, not John. I get John on my brain. JD, not a huge favorite with A's fans as much anymore, but we'll still stick him there. Neither's Red at this point. And Stu's taking a hit. A's fans are very fickle. We're fickle. All right, and Dodgers 6-WAR season. What if we do Drysdale here? I have to assume Drysdale's had a 6-WAR. We're going to do it. And if it's wrong, then it shouldn't be. It should be right. We got it. All right. So we probably got one number one here. The rest of these are not going to be number ones, but we got 9. We'll take it. Average score 7.6. JD overtook Ricky here. I thought about Stu was not number one here, really. I mean, speaking of guys that are taking a hit with A's fans, but there's Ricky. Greinke, I mentioned him. 41% for Springer. Wow. And then, yeah, that was clearly going to be Nolan, Shohei, Vlad Jr. Okay, those are way too still playing-ish. And then Randy. The hardest one was the A's column. Not for, well, I guess the Dodgers column. I don't know. We'll take it. It's a 9 for 9. It's a 9 for 9. We got a walk-off here on Daily Walk-Off. We had a home run here. So really, I mean, I can't complain. Pretty good start. What are you excited about? You think we're going to go play ball? He just knocked over the trash can. So now they're going to go raid it. Please don't. Please don't. Shepherds. What did I just say? German Shepherds are supposed to be smart. I beg to differ. I think they're just smart enough to get into trouble. All right. That'll do it for Monday. Good day. We had a good run there. I will see you all on Wednesday. We got baseball tonight. We got National League tonight. So enjoy that. Tomorrow is opening night for NHL. So I can be disappointed by another team that always spends a ton of money and never wins anything. But when all of your teams move, you got to pick teams that aren't going to move. So that's why I'm a Leafs fan as well as a Mets fan. All right. Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good day. Stay hydrated. Be good to each other. And see you all on Wednesday. Bye.